Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Focus on those tax write-offs. Focus on those tax write-offs. I'm gonna tell you what. Now, a few weeks ago, I pretty much do my taxes early. I pretty much, as soon as I feel like I've have all the statements I have from the different platforms I work with, and of course, keeping my own records of sales I've did directly. Fill out my taxes right away. I still Uncle Sam got his cut, and since I'm independent, I don't have to worry about paying FICO, but I'm guaranteed FICO's getting its cut. Who's that dude anyway? Why is he getting so much of my money? That's why I joke I need more children, because if you got young kids, that's a tax write-off. Shoot, even a child tax credit, unless if you're making a certain amount of money, even that's not really helping you. But there's other tax write-offs, and it's not helping you if you're making a certain amount. What you want to do, you want to get to that point you can't qualify for that credit, actually. But if you're in business, there's so many things that you can write off, and you need to focus on those. When you're in business, as soon as you're in business, anything related to the business that you can possibly write off, do so. You could probably write off that space you're using. Like if you use a home business, you're using a part of the space, you can write that off. You can choose to. Any equipment. If you get a laptop specifically for a business, you can write it off. When I got this camera, I wrote it off. It's a way, like some people do depreciation, I just write it off right away. If you're using it specifically for business, anything, gas mileage. If part of your business is driving around, keep those receipts from filling up that tank of gas. That's the beauty of it. That's why I'm gonna tell you what. That's why a lot of major corporations or individuals they could have a small business, they really don't pay that much. They write off every single thing. Shoot, sometimes one of the things I use for my taxes is an online service. It's very quick, easy, boom, fill it in. You just have to make sure you have your paperwork right there. They will try to find extra stuff. And indeed, depending on the size of your business, personally, I'm very good at filling out taxes on my own. Because I could just sit there just with the paper and just fill it out on my own, really. I just do it online, it's quicker. It's just quicker. But they still trying to find it. And if you're a little bit larger, make sure you have a good tax accountant. As my business grows, I already got one on standby. Already have one on standby. So, but the thing is, you got to write off every little thing. Like I said, your car, you can write off the mileage, the gas and everything. And depending on how you use your car, say you use it for business, you can write that off. You can say, hey, and it's they have so many things. Because, supplies. I still mail some books. All right, I had to get some bubble for it. Had to get a type of cardboard, a special mailer type. Got to get paper, labels and stuff. Everything I get, I put it in some stuff. When I'm traveling business, I'll be traveling to New York in April for the Game Kings 2 seminar, interviewing seminar, So I'm going to be writing that off. Gas mileage, might rent a car for that. I don't know. But the write-off where I'm staying at this particular hotel, because I'm up there for that reason. Because it's a business thing, because I'll be paid for that thing. That's the thing. I will be paid for it. Anything you make, anything that you use to make money, you can write it off. And be very clear about that. It has to be that. If you have a dinner with a potential client, that's business. That's business right there. Only reason you're eating at that particular place is a client. You trying to woo over a client. And of course that can lead to more money, Sometimes maybe even what you buy, clothes, you can try. Seriously think about it. That's why if you have any questions, you find a certified tax professional Keep one on standby. I keep one on standby. You know, we be joking around at the gym, but I just said, hey, you know, I need you for something. He said, yeah, I got you. You know, you gonna pay? Yeah, I'm gonna write it off too. So it's like, seriously, you know, you just look. Here's the thing. That's a very important thing. Now, my grandmother, rest her soul, I mentioned before, she used to own like a rental property, and actually a commercial property at one time, to a tax office. they did her taxes too. But one of the things was she used to charge. She actually didn't charge as much rent as she could have. She could have charged a whole lot more. She kept it to a certain point. But despite having these properties, she never paid taxes. Despite having these properties, she never paid taxes because she wrote it off. She wrote off repairs and everything. Like, regardless of it, always keep that. Just keep. I would suggest, like, if you have a business and like especially if you have a home business, and definitely if you have an office business, have a file cabinet, have a whole drawer just dedicated to your write-offs in every single category. Like, a smart thing to do, like if you filled out taxes, you can just look at it and say, okay, they take write-offs for this, and indeed when you're doing your business, the business form, I can't think of the exact name of it, but it's a business form with the taxes. It's escaping my mind right now, but y'all will know. I'll remember as soon as I start recording, and I don't feel like stopping, reaching over here and getting it. But it lists everything. Just look at that and say, okay, what can I do? Oh, I got a license, like on my videos on my main channel. I use, and also the ones I do for my on-demand channels and my Rom TV channel. I use licensed music. Guess what? I wrote it out for every time I get a license. I print out the receipt for the license, put it into the licenses. When I travel, all the receipts, gas, food, all of that. Lodging, airline ticket, rent a car, put it into the travel. It's like I'm constantly saying, okay, this is business related. All the supplies, even if it's small. It could be something as simple as tape, just to tape up book that I'm about to mail. I put that in. I got something for that. Whatever I have to do. That's very important. Very important. And definitely for my websites, all the sites, all the platforms I have outside of YouTube, I gotta pay. I gotta pay a yearly fee on all of them. Once I pay it, boom. Download the receipt, put it in the thing. Focus on it. Trust me. I paid a lot in taxes, but I could have paid a lot more if I didn't keep good records. Because look at it like this: every penny that you can write off is less you have to pay in taxes, especially if you're in business. Because the vast majority of businesses are actually sole proprietorships. The vast majority, yeah, you get people saying LLC and everything, and I've actually seen somebody who said that's not a good thing to get. But that's an opinion and stuff. You always have to look. That's another thing, just as an aside. Always look into the best business thing for you. But the reality is, many businesses are sole proprietors. You definitely keep track of everything. Keep track of everything. And indeed, you might not be at that point where you're going to keep like a regular person on your staff, because most sole proprietors are solopreneurs, which means it's just them. At least maybe put aside some money which you can write off for a tax professional if you need it. But most of the time, if you can just keep track of it yourself, just keep a note, everything you spend. When I mail books out, always I keep them in a separate envelope. Everything you can write off postage, business postage, and everything. Write off, focus on those, because the more you do, that little $10 you might have spent getting some tape to like wrap up stuff to send, it could help you. Every single bit helps you. Every single bit. All right. And especially for solopreneurs, but even if you got an LLC, you have some employees, then especially then. Now, I haven't had employees, so I'm not exactly sure about that. I just do know this because when I worked at this gym, one of my 1,000 jobs, the owner, he only paid in 1099s. So even there, I said, okay, I gotta save a certain amount of my paycheck, treat it like taxes, and put it away. So, you know, some pay in 1099s, some are sophisticated enough, they will take out the taxes for you. In fact, I would recommend if you are a larger business, you have maybe more than 10 employees. I'm not sure about the exact number. You have to look it up. Well, I haven't had one employee yet. So, but if you got more than 10 employees, definitely look into getting a service that can take care of the paychecks and take out the appropriate taxes and everything. But you still want to keep up with it. So I don't want to get too much into that. I don't have personal expertise in having a multi-employee business. So that's based on what I've read. But whatever the case, you want to make sure the tax write-offs are together and they're legit. You keep the receipts. Because I got receipts going back I don't know, 20 years. I got receipts going back 20 years. So, but you want to keep all of that stuff, and just all you have to do is just go down the list, and then, you know, keep a tax professional on standby, or, you know, you might could go to a tax office and see what you can do. Maybe even consult them. If you have a little bit of money, maybe just sit down with a tax consultant. And that's probably a good business idea. A tax consultant that focuses strictly on helping someone set up, you know, what to do with taxes. That's a hint for any of y'all, anybody working taxes, maybe do seminars and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, I always thinking about money. Anyway, that's very important, but focus on them. Very, very important. So anyway, y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.